For the Chinese auto industry, 2022 is the most historic year. In addition to the rapid development of China's auto market, overseas markets have become a major support for the growth of China's new energy vehicle sales. In 2022, China sold 6.887 million new energy vehicles, of which 679,000 were exported, accounting for nearly 10%. More surprisingly, in the first 8 months of 2022, Chinese auto companies have exported 193,000 vehicles to Europe, more than the whole year of 2021, and Europe's purchase of 190,000 new energy vehicles from China has become one of the top 10 news in the auto industry in 2022. So, what does the new breakthrough of China's new energy vehicles in Europe mean? Okay, let's check this out in today's video. There is no doubt that Europe's purchase of 190,000 Chinese new energy vehicles reflects the rapid growth of China's auto industry exports. Japan and Germany have long been the world's largest car exporters. The United States has been the largest importer of Japanese cars since 2013, accounting for more than 30% of Japan's total exports, followed by Australia and China. Furthermore, German cars dominate the European market, followed by the US, Canada, and China. Then, the situation reflected behind the export growth is that 2022 is the beginning of Chinese auto brands dominating the Chinese auto market. Let's look at a few sets of data. 1. In 2022, for the first time, the monthly data of Chinese brand market share exceeding 50% showed a rapid growth trend on the whole. 2. In 2022, the market share of Chinese brands exceeded that of mainstream joint venture brands for the first time, namely Volkswagen, Toyota, and Honda. 3. Beginning in 2022, there is a Chinese brand that has been leading the list of retail sales manufacturers. Of course, this is BYD. There is no doubt that with the trend of vehicle electrification and the continuous accumulation of independent brands, Chinese brands will finally dominate the local market, and will continue to increase their market share in the future. Well, the product strength of China's new energy vehicles is very strong. In a European market with fair competition and a certain prejudice against Chinese brands, many Chinese brands still maintain their competitive edge. By the way, the price of Tesla in the Chinese market is the lowest, much lower than that in Europe and the United States, but it is also facing the dilemma of insufficient orders, which shows from one side that the competitiveness of Chinese new energy vehicles is strong. I specifically studied 3 Chinese auto companies that are currently entering Europe. 1. Morris Garages. It started earlier and has a certain foundation. In 2019, it sold fewer than 2,000 cars in Europe, growing to 26,000 in 2020. In the first half of 2022, Milligram sold more than 45,000 cars in Europe. 2. BYD. It entered the Norwegian market in 2021, and over 1,000 Tang EVs were sold throughout the year. At this year's Paris Motor Show, BYD brought 3 models of Han, Tang, and Yuan Plus, Atto 3, to the show, fully entering the European market, and there are rumors that there is a plan to build a factory in Europe. 3. NIO. In 2021, it entered Norway with an older model, the ES8. 500 units were sold in the year ending May 2022. This year, NIO launched 3 NT 2.0 models, ET7, ET5 and EL7, in major European countries for rent only. Is 500 really less? In fact, there are not many. We have to look at it from 2 angles. 1. The scale of Norwegian market. In 2021, 144,100 automobiles were sold and 76,800 EVs were sold. Norway's average monthly sales volume is 12,000 vehicles, while China's September sales volume is 2.61 million vehicles, a difference of more than 20 times. After conversion, Norway sells 40 vehicles per month, which is equivalent to selling 10,000 ES8s per month in China. This made NIO very happy. Just so you know, NIO's current 6 models add up to 10,000 vehicles per month. 2. The first product is ES8. Currently, only ES8 is sold in Norway, which is an old model. The new model is definitely more competitive than the ES8. Of course, BYD's situation is similar to that of NIO, but it is better than NIO. In 2021, BYD officially launched the Tang EV model in Norway, with annual sales of more than 1,000 units. In 2022, BYD sold 1,176 cars from January to July, which is already equivalent to the total sales of the whole year last year. In my opinion, the performance of NIO and BYD in Norway was neither surprising nor disappointing, and achieved the expected results. This is also the practical basis for why they dare to fully enter the European market in 2022. It is expected that if Europe maintains this state of free competition, Chinese overseas car companies will maintain their rapid growth and eat up a large market share. However, Europeans will certainly not sit idly by. For example, the CEO of Stellantis began to accuse China of being unfair to joint venture brands for no reason, suggesting that Europe should also restrain Chinese brands from going overseas. This is obviously a bad signal. China's new energy development is too fast, even faster than the most optimistic forecast. This is mainly due to the maturity of China's 3 major industrial chains of batteries, electronics, and automobiles. This industrial chain advantage is almost unbreakable, so European companies can only try their best to catch up with Chinese companies now, which is a pragmatic choice. To be honest, I am relatively pessimistic about the development of the entire global auto industry in 2023. Even in China, many companies may go bankrupt, and many people will lose their wages and lose their jobs. But I also think that joy comes from sorrow. After the reshuffle in 2023, everyone will be more rational about the development of the industry, and many companies with insufficient capabilities and inconsistent with business laws will be eliminated naturally, which is a good thing for long-term development. For the new energy industry itself, everyone has no doubts about the future development prospects, and I even think this is the best industry in the next 10 years. A simple question, you just think about which industry can take over the internet in terms of size, employment capacity, ambitious goals such as carbon peak, and development potential. In fact, there is only new energy. You can disbelieve others, but you cannot deny the political correctness of carbon peaks on a global scale. Let me tell you a little knowledge. Tesla's net profit in 2021 is $5.5 billion, of which nearly $1.5 billion is the income from selling carbon credits. In this context, new energy is everyone's hope. For practitioners, it is the best time to catch up, just like entering the internet in the 1990s. You know, the best thing about Buffett is that he lived long enough to gain excess returns after the post-World War II population and consumer industry growth, the computer and communication industry revolution, and the internet revolution. For us ordinary people, it is enough to experience a revolution in human technology and productivity once in a lifetime and seize the opportunity. 2023 is destined to be a year full of change and challenges, especially for those in the new energy industry. We will see that even so, European car companies are still slow to turn around under the wave of electrification and intelligence. Volkswagen has sacrificed a DS to complete the turnaround of intelligence. BMW is still relying heavily on brand premiums and enjoying profits in financial reports. Audi's pace is still slow. However, the establishment of an industry is difficult, but recession can be easy. This is the most dangerous signal for European car companies. In the past, Chinese people were proud of driving a German car, thinking it was classy. But now the pattern of the auto market is slowly being rewritten. One of them is that China's domestic brands are aggressively exporting to developed countries, including the top countries in the automobile manufacturing industry. By the way, it took just 2 years for smartphones to defeat Nokia. The future will always come faster than we think. Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below and share your insightful ideas with other people. Do you want to learn about more auto stories? Please keep following our channel and like our videos. Your precious time with us is highly appreciated. See you.